Let's get it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Likeable Figgas podcast. In today's podcast, I have a very special guest for y'all. Somebody, when I first met this individual, you know how people they talk and they say you want to get inside these rooms. You know, the big conferences that everyone be going to and everything. So I spent the whole 2021 basically just going to different conferences, being inside the room, just trying to get inside the room with the right individual. But today, in this episode, I'm gonna let y'all meet one of those individuals that was in that room with me. There's no reason to be in these rooms if you're not going to use the opportunities to your advantage. And the people are the opportunities. Meeting people, networking. Let people know what you got going on so you can find out what they got going on. This individual was in the trucking space when I first met him. One of the first people that I really seen that was doing it big on the dispatcher side of trucking. Like, don't even own a truck, don't want a truck, can't afford a truck, but just don't want to go get one because she's comfortable making the money from her home. She started up a vocational school. She almost accredited, like a accredited college. After your 2-week school, after she teach you dispatching and all this, she offering you job places. Where do you find that at? Nowhere. But right here today on this Likeable Figgas podcast, we're going to get inside this episode. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to keep this channel growing and keep me paying attention to those analytics because they are growing every day. And I want you and you to be a part of it because you know we want to see you do better and be better. Let's get into this episode. Peace.
This motivation. Suck, get on your job. If you hate, get on your job. You can look me in my eyes, see I'm ready for whatever. Anything don't kill me, make me better.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You with your boy Major Walla, and I'm here today with one of my good friends, one of the dopest people I've met, and I would say in the last, I would say 3 years, almost 3 years, but dope individual. She go by Made to Be Global Jin. Y'all should check out on Instagram and everything. So it's someone that I joined a mentorship, and she was one of the mentees in there also. So we end up conversating and had similar ideas, similar visions. So we linked, and out of everybody in the group, I would say I linked with her the toughest, for real. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Holler at the people, Jen.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Jin J Williams. I am a business discipline consultant. My company's name is Made to Be Global. I'm also in the trucking industry, heavy in the trucking industry, and we'll get into that. Just thank you very much, Major, for even having me on here.
Okay, now we're gonna jump right into it. Basically, I just want to, dive deep in that brain of yours and tell people what inspired you to jump into the entrepreneurship lifestyle. Basically, so we're gonna jump right into the questions. I would say, what would be your definition of what you believe entrepreneurship is?
That's a great question. Well, for me, first and foremost, entrepreneurship is something that was instilled in me even before I knew what entrepreneurship was, honestly. Back in the day, my mom, she used to do the Amway and sell Tupperware. That's how far I'm going back. I'm dating myself a little bit, but it's all good. So that was their entrepreneurship. Now, unfortunately, they weren't able to take it to the level and the heights that we're now able to take it to. But entrepreneurship for me, it never was. It was never should I do a job? Should I be an entrepreneur? Never a question.
No question,
never a question at all. Even when I had a job, just over broke, I always knew I wasn't going to be in a job long because I wanted to pursue this entrepreneurship thing.
Nice.
So it was just in me.
Okay. So you would say your parents roughly inspired you. You seeing them doing it, so that would basically inspired you to jump into it.
Well, they did. Well, my mom did it, but I didn't know it was entrepreneurship until afterwards.
So what would you
So
say made you, what inspired you to like, nah, I don't want to work for someone. I want to go and build it for myself. What would you say that one thing is that inspired you?
yeah. For me, it was always just in my brain that this could not possibly be it. I was very inquisitive as a kid. I always looked at my surroundings and people around me. And, the working class to me just seemed like so tired, so angry, so stressed out.
Exactly.
And for me, I knew that 90% of the time they were complaining about their jobs. And
Yes.
so I
Same here.
knew I did not want to be included in that foolishness, if I can be honest. So for me, I'm trying to think of the first time. I think for me, it had to have been I was on a job. I can't remember what job it was because, I had a job, like I said,
Why
and then I was
remember?
yeah. It's just a blur. But
Yeah.
I was on a job. This is when I was much younger, mind you. I was on a job and it was, lunchtime.
Yeah.
And at this particular job, they only gave people 30 minutes to eat. And I remember sitting there thinking, so I'm supposed to go get something to eat, rush back, scarf down my food, and then scurry back to work.
Yeah.
At that moment, I remember thinking, that is so demoralizing. I was like,
Yeah.
no grown person should be, number one, told when to eat, and then told, oh, you only have a half an hour to eat.
Yeah. You got longer than that in school. We got
Hello,
longer than 30
that's
minutes in
crazy.
school.
Right. So that was probably a pivotal moment of me saying no,
Yeah.
no.
I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. So with the business, you mentioned trucking. You can
Yeah.
get a little bit more to just tell the people how you structure your trucking business.
Well, yeah, before I hop in it, let me tell you how I got into trucking
Yeah.
business. So I'll give you I'm telling y'all, short synopsis of
Okay.
my past life. So I was in the military, I was in the Air Force,
Me
and I
too.
did pharmacy in the Air Force. So did pharmacy. And then after the military, I went straight into massage therapy school.
Yes.
Now, from massage therapy, I was a massage therapist for 22 years.
Okay.
And that was my own business.
Yes.
Okay. So went from pharmacy to massage therapy. And then I did something crazy and went into a totally different industry, which was the renewable energy space.
Gotcha.
At that time, I became an energy consultant. I started as an energy consultant and ended as the COO of the company. Okay.
Facts.
So, right then, where I was the COO, what happened? Pandemic. So we were on our way to growing, and our main purpose was to help commercial businesses upgrade their facilities. So at
Yes.
that time, couldn't go in any businesses
And go in the public.
things kind of, yeah, man, everything came to a standstill.
Yeah.
So guess what? Had to
Gotta
pivot.
pivot.
So that's where the trucking industry came in, because I was looking for another recession-proof billion-dollar industry. If I'm going to be honest, if I was going to pivot into something, I was going to pivot into something with potential.
Facts.
So that's where I came into the trucking industry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal story. Like just the simple fact that you showing, like, I've been an entrepreneur and I worked as a massage therapist. So that means you had a very prosperous business to be doing it 22 years. I mean, 20
Yeah.
over 20 years.
Yeah, I called myself the Michael Jordan of massage.
Yeah.
The best. And I still am. These hands are insured and certified. Even
straight
still,
up.
I don't do it anymore, I do it with very few people, and I mean they beg me.
Yeah,
beg me.
it's still an avenue if you wanted to direct yourself back to that lane. It's still an avenue that can be open. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the thing is, they always say find something you love, and I really enjoyed doing massage, and I still do it because for me, my mind's always going
Yeah,
a mile a minute. I'm always thinking about ideas, how to strategize this and
same
that.
here.
What massage does is it calms me. Even when I'm working with my client, it calms my mind. And so I can never completely give it up just because of that.
Facts. That's how, man. That's how I feel like when I'm editing. When I'm editing video, I feel that way. I get my best thoughts while I'm just sitting there clicking the mouse, and I get my best thoughts that way.
Yeah.
But so, with all your entrepreneur ventures that you have experienced for yourself, would you ever see yourself ever doing anything different?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
For me, the biggest insult anyone can say to me is you're normal.
Yeah.
Like if somebody said, hey, you're normal, Jim, I would not like that. I love being so unnormal and so going against the grain and so making my own lane and so thinking outside the box.
Man, it gives you a different feeling, don't it?
Come on now.
I promise you, I feel that same exact way. I love being the person that everyone else is doing this and they looking at me like, what he got going on?
What he got going
on?
Right?
Why he doing that?
Exactly.
I do the same.
No, I couldn't see myself doing anything.
That's why I was in the Marines myself. I was in the Marines, and that's one of the things that I like, especially how everyone had to dress alike and everything. And you had to do the same job the same way. It was a SOP, a way you do it, and that's the way they want it done. Right. So I did 8 years in the Marines myself, so I had to leave that alone because I was just addicted to doing my own thing. Always.
Yeah, I always say that military phase, I would never take that back. And
me neither.
I tell people it really wasn't about the military, but it was about the people that I met.
Yes.
You know, I have my best friends. I have my military. They're my military family, or they're really just like my family, honestly.
Yeah. So you'll never find that type of, the closest thing I found to that camaraderie that I had while I was in the Marines is recession proof.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing I've been associated with.
Yes, absolutely. Spot on. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, it's the sort of the thing where the experience of it all was great at that time in my life, and that season in my life was a perfect time. Like if I went a little younger, probably wouldn't have worked. If I went a little older, probably wouldn't work that well. But it was my time to do it right at that particular time. And yeah, it was great. And I did learn a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about building relationships.
Yeah, and leadership.
Right, leadership. A lot about detail.
Exactly.
Paying attention to detail, because of course
things.
Yeah, well, I was in the pharmacy, so I was making IVs. So 25 milligram is a little different than 0.25 milligrams in an IV. That's life and death. So it's just things that I carry with me now.
Okay, with your trucking, the way you into trucking and your educational programs that you got for someone else that wanted to go the trucking route, what would you say is unique about the way that you attack the trucking industry?
Yeah, see, what we have going on is something that you won't see. Not only do we have a platform to
hold on, let me stop you, because you don't drive a truck yourself, do it?
Oh, no, I do not. Okay, no, I do not. Good point.
Because I want the people to know that it's plenty of ways to get inside trucking without even touching the truck. So break it down to them.
Okay. So I do not have a CDL. I do not have my authority. And as he mentioned, I do not have a truck. Now, will I get it? Maybe. But do I have it now? No. So this is how you can get into the billion-dollar trucking industry, make a lot of good money at home. And let me share it with you.
Okay.
So look, you have to know what you're doing. Okay.
Facts.
So what we have is a platform to teach you if you want to learn trucking dispatching. So what that basically means is you are dispatching your truck. You're finding loads for them and sending them all to state to state to state to state. Nothing too hard, right? All right. Then you have your freight brokering. So the broker is the person in the middle. So it's the supplier, the broker, and the carrier, if it's in a straight line, or it's the supplier, the broker, and the dispatcher and the carrier, if the carrier chooses to use a dispatcher. Okay. And then we also have, so the truck driving school teaches you how to drive the truck, right?
Exactly.
But what we have to offer is how to make money with your truck.
Gotcha. Because you need to know it. Because everybody go that I want to drive the truck. Oh, so you're gonna work for a company when you can have all these avenues on how you can make several avenues, how you can make money off that one truck. Break it down.
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, look, the truck in itself, you can take the truck and do various things with it. I don't want to get too deep with it, but you need to learn how to monetize your truck. And you also need, as a carrier, and this is not going to be for everybody because some people just won't do it. You need to document your process, see how you're doing things, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Okay, why that's important is because people pay for knowledge, as we know. People pay for information. Exactly. So don't you think there might be some people who might want to talk to someone in the field? Exactly. That right in itself is another stream of income. Exactly. I'm not even talking about the truck. I'm just talking about the knowledge now.
Even if, like, I got a friend that he drive a box truck and he document his whole process through TikTok, and now he's monetized through TikTok just by showing videos of how his process go. And that's just one avenue of where you can flip the strip on it.
Yep. And then the other thing we have, which is a little different, is we have something called Easy Lease. And what that is you get to put your truck on the platform and have other people lease out your truck. Now I should say equipment because it's your truck or your trailers, or if you have a box truck, any of those things. What's great about it is there's no cost to the asset on it. So if you just have, there's a lot of people with a fleet of trucks and they have trucks just sitting there. So they may have a fleet of 100 and they only have 70 drivers. So 30 of those trucks are just sitting there.
So you can bring opportunity to their business.
Look, why not make the money with your asset?
Exactly.
And so, on the other spectrum, the person leasing the truck, your credit has nothing to do with it. If you can't get funding, that's okay. It's not a lease to own option. Let me say that clear.
You just
but it is a way for you to start getting in a truck,
get the experience. Money, and you get driving experience too. Because even if you want to go to by yourself, like some loads, I just know this just by knowing people in the trucking industry, like some loads, they require you to have a certain amount of experience to drive it. Correct. You can't haul certain things until you have a certain amount of experience. So leasing this truck can be a great opportunity for someone who's just starting out.
Right. And so think of it. If you don't have the personal credit or business credit, which a lot of people do not, run your loads, make your money. And with us, you keep 100% of your load fees. That's very important to say, because with some of these other leasing
100%
places that are out here, fees on top of fees on top of fees on top of fees, and then it really doesn't become profitable. It's advantageous of you to even hop into a lease because you're not making any money.
Facts.
So that's another thing.
If anyone looking to
I got one more.
Okay, drop another one on it. Drop another one on it.
Another one.
This one's a big one.
Big one.
Man. So we have a vocational school
Okay.
located in Tallahassee, Florida. Look,
Okay.
this is for people who it's really for veterans, stay-at-home people, people maybe on the system who want to a trade, second chance offenders, you know, who don't have any opportunities. They can learn the same thing: brokering and dispatching. Now, what's a little different about this is a 2-week course. Okay. The tuition includes the tuition, your hotel accommodations, your airfare, your food, and your local Uber Lyft rides to and fro. And hold on, here's the cherry on top. And, you have guaranteed job placement after 2 weeks. She said it. Yes, she did. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm not playing around out here, y'all.
At all. I got
Look, so that means at the end of the 2 weeks, the instructors that just taught you, they guarantee you a job. So it's not, oh my goodness, what do I do after the 2 weeks? No, you're good to go with a job.
Yeah. Oh man.
Where they do that at?
Where they do that at? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Come on now.
Like that's what I say, man. It's opportunities out here.
Yeah.
And it's no excuse of I ain't got the money for the truck. Oh, I ain't got this.
Right.
I ain't got no D. I don't know how to do it. Man, there's people out here showing you how to do it, and they walk you through it step by step, and they making it easy for you to get into the industry. Because once you get into the industry, you can dissect it from the inside. Now you know how it worked, and you know how, okay, they send me up to go pick this load up. You figure out how each branch work, and now you know how to operate it yourself. And then you can branch out and do it for yourself. To be a general, you got to be a soldier in the beginning. You got to be a private and work your way up so you can learn what each step takes to be. So you know, once you delegating down, you know what it takes.
Yeah, because it's a learning curve and there's some growing pains that you have to go through in this thing. You know, we've talked about this before. Everybody wants that microwavable overnight success. And that's not to say that this, you know, things can't happen quickly, because they really can.
Exactly.
However,
that's anything. When you're doing anything day to day and then you reach the success, it seems as if it happened quickly. You know what I'm saying? It seems like once you get into it, the days go by fast. So it's just about getting your feet into the door.
And then folks are like, wow, you that just came easy to you. The hell it did.
Exactly. You know, you was that day by day, but everyone else looking at you as it happened overnight. That's true.
It's that one picture that I'm sure some of y'all probably seen out there. Is a picture of an iceberg, and it has the top, and then on the bottom is where you see hard work, long hours, this and that. Steps. And then at the top, you just see success. But it's the stuff at the bottom, guys. It's the stuff at the bottom that really matters.
Exactly. I love that picture too. I love that canvas. I love that canvas. You see it in that
but it's so true. It's so true.
Exactly. All the hard work is behind closed doors. For real. That's why even a flower, before a flower sprout up to the ground, those roots can dig deep before they sprout up. So you gotta grow the roots first.
That is right.
We covered a lot in a short amount of time.
I know I dropped a lot on y'all. And there's just really no reason, if you want this money out here, if you want these opportunities, you have to, number one, so we say it all the time, you have to get your mind ready for it, even before you get it, even before you obtain it. Okay. You have to materialize it, see it, envision it, any word you want to use first.
Exactly.
And then watch what happens.
That's where it happens first. Like,
that's where it happens.
That's how you know I tell people, that's how you know it's possible, because you can close your eyes and see it. Like you can't see things that's not possible. Everything like that's why anything is possible, really. But things you never heard of, you never seen, like You can't close your eyes and see it, but something that you, if it hits your ears and you hear of it, you can see. If you believe in yourself, you can see yourself doing it. That's how you know it's possible. You know it's possible. So I would say we covered a lot about the industries and everything, but try to get more into this mindset thing to make people understand success from your terms. What would you say you define success as?
Now, see, success can mean a whole lot to a lot of people. And, you know, most people think success means, oh, I have a lot of money and this and that. But, you know, when you get older and you put life into perspective, it changes. Well, let me just talk about me. Change for me. So my thoughts in my 20s definitely are different than in my 40s. Yeah, I know. I don't look 40. I know. It's good, right? No, but seriously. So my definition of success is making your own terms. Making your own terms. And that's not to say you will never answer to anyone, or you don't have to, you know, delegate certain things and be certain places at certain times and stuff like that.
You still have obligations. Yeah.
You still have obligations, but I mean, to be free enough, financially free, time freedom, and be in great health, to me, that's the definition of success. Because I mean, if you're broke down and hanging on for dear life, all the money in the world is not going to help you. So for me, just time freedom, financial freedom, great health, and of course, great relationships with, you know, those that I love. That's success to me.
Facts. I agree. What would you have said that you enjoyed the most about your journey? Like from the military to starting the entrepreneurship to where you at now?
I love that question. I believe the mistakes. That's what I love best, because without the mistakes, I couldn't have corrected. And so the mistakes made me better at what I do. The mistakes made me look down like, ooh, can't do that again.
You learn from them.
Yeah, it's all learning lessons. And I'm a huge proponent of never ending learning. It's always a learning process. Life is a learning process, never ending until you're gone.
Thanks. Man, it's been great. It's been great. Like just picking your brain, understanding the flow of your entrepreneurship journey. But before we close, I want you to, for that entrepreneur that's tiptoeing, like second guessing him or herself before they just go ahead and on and do whatever they see themselves doing, like give that person some inspiring words to, you know, give them that push off their ledge they need.
Sure. And to those people, I would simply say this, and just remember this, that time is infinitely more valuable, than money. So stop wasting time. Because you can always make more money, but your time's ticking away. So be very laser focused in what you want to do. Don't procrastinate. Don't bullshit around. Do it. You know, I wish there was times that when I was younger, I did more proactive things, but you can't go back.
You can't go backwards.
Yeah, you can't go back. So use your time wisely. I know that's kind of a cliche, but honestly, because you want to become successful as soon as you can, because you want to enjoy it for as long as you can.
Oh man, that was great. That was a great ending. Because that was a nice gem to give on the way out the door. Man, Jen, it's been great talking to you. I know we done chopped it up before, but I'm thankful to bring you upon my audience and the viewers that may watch this to get a look on what the trucking route may look like, or just entrepreneurship in general, and just get another aspect of what it takes from someone else outside of my big mouth saying it. They get to hear someone else basically say exactly what I tell them all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm very thankful you joining us and coming on here today. And I look forward to, if you got anything else you want to promote or anything you feel to do it.
Look, you guys can tap in with me. What I'm gonna do is leave all the information so he can put it in the description. So you can tap in with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center #3. Once again, my name is Jin Williams. I'm always open. You can hit me on all social medias. We'll put the information. We'll put
Yeah,
the
I'll put it all
information.
in
And
the description.
if you're ready to jump off the porch, make a lot of money, get some knowledge, contact us.
Facts. And that's how we end, just like that. This is Likeable Figures. I'm Major Wala, and I thank y'all for joining. You know, we always want to see you do better and be better. Peace out.
Peace.